I really believe in the internet as a talent pool. And I think there's a lot of guys out there who need a second chance.
It is about being a sustainable football club. We are a football club on YouTube. We're not a YouTube team.
There's always going to be people that think the name's a funny name, but for me, you hear the name and whether you like it or not, you know exactly what we're about. You know that we come from social media and the internet. We're not ashamed of that. We wouldn't be here without it. So why not have a name that celebrates that?
Hashtag United are, in their words, a one-of-a-kind football and esports club. Founded by YouTuber Spencer Owen, the club have taken an innovative approach to the role and operation of a semi-professional football club. For the latest in our documentary series, we're thankful to them for speaking to us themselves about their development. Having joined the football pyramid at the 10th level, Hashtag United secured promotion in their first ever season. We joined them as the club are about to begin their second ever league season in the 9th tier of English football. But what should Hashtag United do next to progress? We've spoken to the people driving the club forward to get their view. Let us know yours in the comments below.
When did I first have the idea of Hashtag United? I don't think I've actually been asked that question before. Well, it happened if we're being honest, it happened in a lot of different ways. So I used to work at a YouTube channel called Copper 90, and me and a guy who's there called Neil had an idea, which was a very different idea, but had a similar name. And our idea was we wanted to do like a Sunday league team and we wanted to film it. This is in 2012, I think. We wanted to film it and we wanted to, and there's been a few teams that have done this since, but I don't think anyone had done it at the time. Basically, I was going to try and be like the presenter, and I'd have like some kind of iPad or some kind of thing, and we'd stream the games, and people on Twitter would manage the team, and they'd do like subs and whatnot, and I'd literally just be a vessel, and I'd go, right, Gary, you got to get off because this guy says so. But then I started a 7-a-side team for fun outside of work with work mates called Hashtag FC. We didn't film the games, but we started a Twitter account, and we just sort of took it semi-seriously. Nothing more than a normal 7-a-side team, really. And then a couple of years, I was simultaneously growing my own YouTube channel.
I worked with Steve, who's Spencer's dad. He was a physio at the club we were working at. I remember Steve telling me about their first trip to Wembley and me joking to him, they don't need a manager, do they? And from that moment, it was fascinating to see what Spencer was building and creating, obviously along with Seb and the other guys, and just watching it in kind of disbelief, really. These guys had managed to sort themselves a fixture at Wembley Stadium.
And then the next big thing that happened was I did an event called the Wembley Cup, which was this big event where I got loads of YouTubers to play football, and it was super popular, and I was taken aback by how much people wanted to watch like a low level of football, but with people they could relate to. So I was like, how do I do this more often? I can't do Wembley Cup every week. I can't play at Wembley every week. Can't get the YouTubers all down. It's too hard. And, but I want to do something with making football content. I'd been making mostly FIFA content at that point. So I thought, why not get the boys I've been playing football with since I was at school, plus the boys from the 7-a-side team, merge them. And then obviously for a name, well, we already had Hashtag FC, but we wanted to make it a bit different. So we called Hashtag United. That's where the United came from.
When Spencer invited me in and asked me to be the manager, I wasn't interested in just being the manager of a football team. I wanted to be part of building something. We're not normal. We're not a normal football club, but I keep saying those. First, I challenge anybody to show me what a normal football club looks like. On the football pitch, we are very similar. In terms of our training sessions, follow a similar pattern as to we would at any normal non-league club. Difference being is that we've got the guys with cameras and the socials looking to capture everything, which gives an insight. So the fact that we're able to allow people to see into that, it's obviously is different. So being microphoned every single game, that's different. It's becoming a bit of a norm. I don't swear as much, which is a good thing.
I was unsure, if I'm honest, I was unsure. Football on YouTube, does it go together? It does, it works, it definitely works. Fan base, the comments we get, the feedback we get is amazing. I'll give you an example. I live in an area very close to 2 professional teams that I played for, QPR and Wickham. I could comfortably go to a petrol station or a supermarket or a school and not be recognised, and I'm now being pulled up for playing for Hashtag by a younger generation, which I never was before. So it's definitely something that's moving fast, and people do love it.
Well, next for hashtag in the football sense is we go into another league because we were promoted in our first season of non-league. So we're going from step 6 of non-league to step 5, or the 10th tier to the 9th tier of English football. So that's a new challenge. We'd love to keep the momentum going and make another push for promotion, of course. So that's a big ask. There is a couple of new players coming in. We're doing another academy series. So we did a series called the Hashtag Academy a few years ago. We found a lad called Scott Pollock, who now plays for League 2 Northampton Town. And he started the last 6 games in a row of the season, and he's won Young Player of the Year at Northampton Town. So it's unbelievable. We want to try and do that again. We want to try and do that loads, to be honest, and keep progressing on the virtual pitch and the real life pitch.
I can't say I've ever had a bond with my teammates as much as hashtag. And that's coming from when I used to play with like proper close school friends. There's something different when we're not just a team, like we are a family, like we do really get on. And as much as I only see some of them like twice a week, it's as if like I've known them for years and years. So it definitely helps us. Obviously, when we've been losing at half time and stuff, we're in at half time, we're picking each other up.
I'm hoping that's help the boys and help the club progress, because what they've done in such a short period of time is borderline miraculous. And what I've said to most of them is, never sort of be content. Always be looking to learn and improve yourself. Even if you think you're doing really well at the time, is there anything else I can do on and off the pitch to improve this club, to improve me? And I've had to adapt quite a bit to do that at this level.
We're a team on and off the pitch, and we're very much part of a team. So we're in it together, and we look after, we trust each other. So they look after me in that sense, and I try to be as flexible as possible so that they're able to get the job done that they need to get done, because without that, then we're not different and we don't have a different appeal.
Well, if you look at Hashtag United, our fan base and the world we come from, it's a young football fan world, okay? We have older guys that watch us, and we love that, but the groundswell of support comes from the youth, and I love that personally, and I think that we should really build that into our DNA. And we're in a unique scenario. We didn't take over an existing club. We can actually make this club up as we go along and really create the club we want to create. And for me, I'm really passionate about finding talent. Like, I've been really fortunate to find a lot of talent through YouTube and through the internet, not just football talent. Our longest serving FIFA player, we also won an academy series called the Game Academy. We tried to find a FIFA player. I've got lads that work for Hashtag who we found through applications, through online searching, through being fans of the club. Our fans come from online as well, So I really believe in the internet as a talent pool. And I think there's a lot of guys out there who need a second chance, who need an opportunity, and I think we can be that. So I really want us to grow our youth showing over the years. I think, there's going to be a lot of young lads who are decent at football that are going to want to play for us because of what we can offer.
It's really about building, and I think it's very key for us that we don't try to run before we can walk, because we have to try and make sure that the progress we make on the pitch and off the pitch are kind of aligned with each other. On the pitch is to continue to be competitive and be the best we can be, and off the pitch I think is about building the club. At the moment we're one team, or two teams if you include a Sunday morning side, but I think we want to grow to be a proper football club, to have an infrastructure that means that we contribute to the community, to have reserve teams, youth teams, ladies teams.
It's another big jump for the club next season into a new area, into a new ground. And what we've done by winning the league is raise expectation levels. And as we found through the whole season, everybody wants to beat us. Everybody wants to turn up for the cameras and perform. And then there's quite a few around the other clubs that we play against that then want you to fail because they want the success that you've got.
Maybe a little marmite. People love us or they hate us. I know the traditionalists and the accusations of plastic club and not real and not a proper football club. And I understand that. The people that we've come across, be it our first season and its early days, have been really positive, because when they've encountered us, I'd like to think that we act and behave in a proper manner and in a manner that's respectful to every competition that we enter, every opposition that we come across. And that's important. That's important to us. And actually, the league that we've just come out of, because we were fortunate to be promoted from, I think people are sad to see us go, not just because, obviously, because we create a revenue for them because of the crowds, and actually our away crowds have been bigger than home crowds, so we're contributing to those clubs, but also because we've approached it in the right way and been respectful of it.
I think the opinion has definitely changed over the course of this season. Us going into non-league, a lot of people outside of the YouTube community were looking at us and being a bit like, are you going to be able to do it? Like, what are you doing, etc. But doing as well as we've done, I think it's definitely sort of shut a few people up. And as much as we're sort of humble in defeat, you've got to be humble winners as well, and not sort of go about it the wrong way. And I feel like we've done it the right way.
We're not here to ruin football. I think it's impossible for one person or club or team to ruin football. I think we actually contribute in a positive way. We're not going to be, you can't expect everybody to like what you're doing, but I would suggest that a lot of people that don't like what we're doing don't understand or don't want to understand what we're doing.
Yeah, theoretically, physically, it's possible for us to be in the Premier League in 8 years. Is that going to happen? Almost certainly not. You know, we'd have to have a lot of investment, and you know, look at like what Salford have done. They've done 4 in 5 years promotions. That's incredible. But now they're going to have to spend a lot of money if they want to go higher than League Two, which I'm sure they have. We don't have those sort of funds, so I'm much more interested in building out what our club is rather than what level we're at. You know, if we can grow, like I said, the youth teams, lots of other representational sides, and expand and kind of make sure we're around is the biggest challenge, because this could easily end up being a flash in the pan. My job's to make it not that, and I don't believe it will be. However, that's what some people want us to be, and some people probably think it will be, but I don't think it will be. I think we've got a genuine model for a football club that, whether it can be replicated or not, is up to other people to try, I guess. But for us, it's about sustaining it and being around in the football conversation for a long time and part of the canon of football. You know, in 10, 20 years, that's what I'd like us to be.
Long term, I don't know how you can possibly measure it. Realistically, if you said in 9 years' time with 9 promotions, could you be in the Premier League? No. I think anyone that it's possible, but it's also impossible. You've seen clubs like the guys that the Man United boys are involved with, like Fylde, Salford, and even teams like I think Eastleigh, that have had short periods of success and moving up 2 or 4 leagues to keep going up is a real difficulty, because you have to improve the quality, but you also need the cohesion as well of what was successful for you, and you don't want to sort of leave people behind that you don't think deserve to be there. So it's a really tricky thing to weigh up.
I think we connect to our fan base amazingly so. I don't really know if there's any other club that can do it like we can do it right now. I think there's loads of clubs that are trying all the right things and trying to find that connection. There's a lot of clubs that have lost it, and there's good reasons why they've lost it. Elite football has to be removed to an extent. These are the best players in the world, and they are valuable items. Harry Honesty's not. Harry Honesty's a great lad. Our players are all great lads, but they are real people. They've all got normal jobs, and you can come and talk to them at games and shake their hands and ask them. You can literally stand behind the goal and talk to Jacko during the game. You probably shouldn't be listening to you, but that's how non-league works. Anyone that goes to non-league knows that. So, and then you go all their Twitter handles, their Instagrams. They're constantly doing Instagram lives and chatting to their fans. So, I think it's I don't expect it to be everyone's first club necessarily right away, but I think we're the best second club to support. We're doing stuff that very few clubs in the world are doing. Of course, we'll make mistakes along the way, and we'll probably try things that don't work. But that's what we're about. We're trying to innovate, and I think entertain people along the way. What happens on the pitch is out of our control. Once the whistle blows, we can get the team prepared as much as we want. We can find the best players and get the best people around us. But just like every other team, it's always a bit of a lottery what happens on the pitch. But we can create a storytelling narrative that you get to follow every step of the way. You get to connect with every player, be part of some key decisions. The fans help us find our academy players. Where can you do that? Where can you decide, what players, apart from the odd TV series here and there, you can't decide what players can end up playing for Manchester United. And I think that's a great thing we get to do, so our fans are so involved.
And something that we're made aware of by the staff and the media team is to create content, which I'm getting into slowly, but finding it a little bit difficult as well. My wife's nudging me going, why have you not posted? Why are all the other boys are posting 10, 15, but you're doing nothing? I was like, nobody wants to see me doing this or doing that, surely. And she's like, they do. And then my son's sitting there going, no, we do, Dad, we want to see you. But it's a learning curve. And as I said before, if you're willing to learn and adapt, then you can be successful at anything.
You have guys from the other side of the world who feel invested in what we do because they get that access, that behind-the-scenes access. That's rare. What we've been really good at as well is now with the growing fan base that we've got, and it's tiny, and we're talking, you know, not even 3 figures if you talk about hardcore in people physically coming to our games. I think the way we interact with them is nothing short of brilliant. That isn't a requirement of playing for us, that whatever happens on the pitch, whatever your mood is that day, we've got people that have sometimes come a long way to see us, and they deserve our time.
There's no other club at our level, and probably even going up, that have the connection with the fans as much as we do. I mean, we're taking pictures before games, we're getting them on the pitch to come and play football with us. Like, we've got such a good... I feel like a lot of that is because we're so close together as well, and if it's new fans, we're always encouraging new people to come and watch the games. I think the fans are very good at that as well, encouraging new people to come to games, and it adds to the morale, and it's that 12th man. I'm
probably not in my son's top 3 favourite hashtag players, but I think that's probably more due to his original obsession was with the originals. Obviously, where we've moved on to with phase 2.
I believe that we're the best football club to play at in the world that isn't professional. If you can't be a professional footballer and you can't make your living solely from football, there's no better place to be. Partly because of things like this, what we're doing today, we're about to play at Old Trafford. And it's amazing to say this isn't like a one-off. We've got to do stuff like this a lot. So my job and the job of the guys that work at Hashtag and the guys that play on the pitch is to keep doing what we're doing, keep these opportunities coming. And my job is to slowly build the ecosystem around it so that we have never-ending stream of talented players that get to play for us and wear our shirt. And also, there are people, sounds silly to say it or crazy to say it, but there are kids growing up that just support Hashtag United. There are people growing up that come to games and refer to Hashtag as we, like I have done as a West Ham fan all my life, and grow up wanting to play for Hashtag. There's always been people that think the name's a funny name, but for me, you hear the name and whether you like it or not, you know exactly what we're about. You know that we come from social media and the internet. We're not ashamed of that. We wouldn't be here without it. So why not have a name that celebrates that?
So that's what Hashtag United think. Thanks to them for getting involved in this video. Let us know your views in the comments below. What should Hashtag United do next?